Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well and staying healthy as we dive into another fascinating topic today. If you're interested in nature's most powerful storms and the far-reaching impacts they have on our planet, you're in the right place. In this video, we'll be exploring how hurricanes impact ecosystems both on land and in the water. These storms are capable of immense destruction. But did you know that they also bring about significant changes to the environment? As always, I wish you all good health and happiness while you enjoy this deep dive into one of nature's most powerful forces. When we think of hurricanes, we often imagine towering waves, fierce winds, and the destruction of human property. These storms are undoubtedly dangerous and capable of causing widespread devastation. But what happens to the natural ecosystems in their path? Hurricanes can be both destructive and regenerative, and understanding the impact they have on ecosystems is key to grasping the complexity of these storms. At their core, hurricanes are intense tropical storms that form over warm ocean waters. They are fueled by the heat and moisture from the sea, and as they move across the ocean, they gather strength and size. Hurricanes consist of strong winds, heavy rainfall, and storm surges, and they can last for days or even weeks, depending on their path. Once they make landfall, the effects on ecosystems can be profound. One of the first ways hurricanes impact ecosystems is through the sheer force of their winds. In coastal areas, high winds can flatten forests, uproot trees, and destroy plant life. Large trees like mangroves, which are vital in coastal ecosystems, may be uprooted or damaged beyond repair. Mangroves, which act as natural buffers against storm surges and coastal erosion, provide crucial habitats for many species of fish, birds, and invertebrates. When hurricanes tear through mangrove forests, the loss of these protective barriers can leave coastal communities and ecosystems more vulnerable to future storms. In addition to the loss of plant life, the winds of a hurricane also have a dramatic effect on animals. Many species of birds, particularly those that inhabit coastal areas, may be displaced or even killed by the hurricane's strong gusts. These birds may be blown far from their homes, and in some cases, they may struggle to find food and shelter after the storm has passed. Other wildlife, such as amphibians, reptiles, and small mammals, may find themselves stranded or displaced as the storm destroys their habitats. The immediate effects of the storm on these species can be devastating, especially for those that have limited mobility or survival strategies in the face of extreme weather. Another significant impact of hurricanes on ecosystems comes in the form of storm surges and flooding. Storm surges occur when the winds of the hurricane push seawater onto the land, causing the water level to rise dramatically. This can lead to extensive flooding in coastal areas, which can submerge entire ecosystems. Saltwater intrusion into freshwater systems can harm delicate ecosystems like wetlands and freshwater rivers. The sudden influx of saltwater can alter the balance of plant and animal species, killing off species that are not adapted to saline environments and disrupting food chains. In estuaries and marshlands where freshwater and saltwater mix, the effects of saltwater intrusion can be particularly harmful. Many of the plants and animals that live in these areas are specifically adapted to the delicate balance of salinity in the water. When saltwater from storm surges floods these areas, it can destroy the habitats of countless species, from fish to invertebrates and even the microorganisms that form the foundation of the food web. In some cases, these ecosystems may take years to recover fully. On land, the flooding caused by hurricanes can drown plants and animals that are not adapted to waterlogged conditions. Even plants that are normally found in wetlands may struggle to survive in areas where the floodwaters have brought an overwhelming amount of water. For terrestrial animals, The loss of plant life and shelter can lead to food shortages and a lack of safe places to seek refuge. But hurricanes don't just destroy, they can also regenerate ecosystems. In fact, some ecosystems are designed to cope with the effects of hurricanes. Coastal ecosystems, such as coral reefs, mangroves, and salt marshes, have evolved to withstand the occasional storm. While hurricanes can cause short-term damage, they also play a role in maintaining the health of these ecosystems over time. Coral reefs, for example, can be heavily impacted by the strong waves and water turbulence generated by hurricanes. Corals are fragile organisms, and the high-energy conditions created by these storms can break apart coral colonies. However, this disturbance also provides an opportunity for new growth. Coral reefs are built upon the foundation of older, dead corals, and the destruction of older colonies allows space for younger corals to colonize and grow. This cycle of destruction and regeneration helps to maintain the health and diversity of coral reef ecosystems. Similarly, mangroves, which are often hit hardest by hurricanes, can eventually recover and even thrive in the aftermath of a storm. While the initial damage may be severe, the storm's high winds and waves can also help to clear away dead or dying vegetation, creating space for new growth. The nutrients brought in by the storm surge can fertilize the soil, helping mangrove ecosystems bounce back faster. Mangrove trees are known for their ability to regenerate, and after a hurricane, they may begin to sprout new shoots and branches. Salt marshes, another coastal ecosystem, also benefit from the nutrient-rich sediments brought in by the storm surge. These marshes rely on a delicate balance of salinity and moisture, and the changes caused by hurricanes can encourage the growth of new plants. However, this regeneration process can be slow, and if the storm damage is too severe, it may take years for the marsh to fully recover. In the broader context of ecosystems, hurricanes can play a role in shaping biodiversity. In some cases, the destruction caused by a hurricane can lead to a reduction in the number of species in a given area. This is particularly true in regions where species are already vulnerable due to habitat loss or climate change. However, hurricanes can also create opportunities for new species to move into an area, promoting greater biodiversity in the long term. For example, after a hurricane, new plant species may colonize an area, and animals that are able to adapt to the new conditions may thrive. On a larger scale, hurricanes can influence global climate patterns and the distribution of species. These storms are part of the Earth's natural weather systems, and their frequency and intensity are influenced by global factors such as ocean temperatures and atmospheric pressure. As climate change continues to impact the planet, hurricanes may become more powerful and more frequent, which in turn will have significant effects on ecosystems. Warmer ocean waters, for example, may lead to stronger hurricanes, which could increase the level of destruction in vulnerable ecosystems. This means that ecosystems already stressed by human activity may face even greater challenges as they try to adapt to changing environmental conditions. In addition to the direct impacts on ecosystems, hurricanes can also affect human communities that rely on these ecosystems for food, livelihood, and recreation. For example, fishermen who rely on coastal fisheries may find their catch diminished or their fishing grounds destroyed after a hurricane. Similarly, communities that rely on agriculture may struggle to rebuild after crops are destroyed by flooding or high winds. This can lead to long-term economic hardship for people living in hurricane-prone regions. Overall, the impacts of hurricanes on ecosystems are complex and multifaceted. While these storms can cause significant damage, they are also an integral part of the natural cycles that shape ecosystems. Some ecosystems are resilient enough to recover from the effects of hurricanes, while others may take years or even decades to bounce back. As our climate continues to change and hurricanes become more intense, understanding the relationship between these storms and ecosystems will be crucial for protecting the natural world. I hope you found today's exploration of how hurricanes impact ecosystems insightful and thought-provoking. Nature is powerful and resilient, but it also requires our protection and understanding. As always, thank you for tuning in, and I wish you all the best in your health and well-being. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and keep learning.